Hello, Flight Simulator pilots. This is Rob Muse Science, and I'm having problems trying to install MakeRunways for my Windows 10 and platform. So I thought I'd make a video on it to help others to get the MakeRunways to work on their computers. So I downloaded MakeRunways 5.127 from fsuipc.com, and I tried installing the files, but I could not get them to work. So what I did, I went on the same website and I downloaded the file MakeRunways 4.70, which was an older version, because I couldn't get the version 5.127 to run under Windows 10, and then the compatibility with 7 and Vista. I could not get that program to run. However, I did get it to run under Windows 10 MakeRunways 4.70. So what I did was go to 4.70. I copied the MakeRunways file of 4.70. I put it in my documents folder just to feel a little safer making the transition. So I extracted into my documents folder under the main MakeRunways 4.0. And here's the instructions right here. Here's the part that did work for me. So what I did was I copied this folder, and I'm gonna go over to my main Windows directory for Flight Simulator 2004 or FS9, or if you're using 2002 or FXX, you want to go to the main folder and you want to place it where your scenery CFG file is. So basically the CFG file for the scenery should be in the main folder. That should be its location. What I'm going to do, I'm going to paste it. Let's see, I'm going to click in here and paste it into the main folder of Flight Simulator on your C drive or wherever you have your main directory for Flight Simulator. So here I have it here, and it says MakeRunways. And now I'm going to run this as administrator. So I'm going to run it as an administrator. And there we go. It's entering the airport data. Now this may take up to 3 minutes, anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes. But while that's running, I just want to explain to you, there's some VC run files that I copied out of my Windows 7 program, or you can download them off a Google search or a Bing search, whatever you use. But you want to search the internet for those files. And what I did, I placed those files in my Windows System 32 folder because when I was trying to run the MakeRunways 5.27, it said those files were missing. But I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. Hold that thought about the VC run files, okay? So the MakeRunway version, it says all main data files produced okay. And so now I'm gonna click OK. Now if you right click MakeRunways and you go to properties, you'll now, I'm gonna send this in the screen here, you'll now notice the version 4.70 MakeRunways file. Now I'm going to compatibility right here, and you notice it says it's running this program in compatibility mode for Windows Vista Service Pack 2. So I'm gonna we did test it out. It did work. It said okay. It updated all the runways and the airport data. And down here, I just make sure it's checked. Run this program as administrator, as the instructions suggest to do so. Okay, so the program works. Now I'm just going to go back to the run files, those DLL files, and what I had done is I copied those files out of my Windows 7 system. So as you can see right here, minimize this here. So we won't get too confused what we're focusing on here. Okay. So the VC runtime DLL files, I copied it to another folder, and that came from my Windows 7 system. So I just copied it out of these two files. Now my Windows 10 file system 32 files already had this file, so only file I had to really copy over was this one here, VC runtime 140.dll, because I was having an error message with version 5.127. And so if you get those VC runtime error messages, and I believe I can show you a version of what I previewed. I may have a version here of that error message, and let me find it here. So yes, I found it. So yes, this is the error code message I got when I was trying to install it for 2004 under Windows 10. I got this error message from MakeRunways 5.127. I tried a compatibility test, that didn't work, and so I reverted back to MakeRunways 4.70. Now you may be wondering why do we need to install MakeRunways 4.70 or MakeRunways basically, and that's because when you do runway airport updates or scenery updates or changes in your scenery files using Airport Design Editor, or I call it ADE, or the AFX Airport Designer, or changing your runway lengths or taxiways or whatever terminals, buildings, and changing things in your airport scenery files. Especially the runways, if you make changes to the runways to ILS or NDBs or navigation. What MakeRunways will do for you is update that information to your flight simulator flight planner and your flight simulator map. It'll update the navigation data on your flight simulator map, and also it will update navigation or any changes to the airport data to your GPS and flight simulator. So that's the reason why you use MakeRunways. It'll update all of that information with a click of a button. MakeRunways. Something else you could do also, just make a desktop link to your flight simulator to your MakeRunways, but I'm gonna try that. So since I suggest it, I'm gonna go to my flight simulator directory on my C drive, and let's see if we can make a shortcut and see if that works. And that way you don't have to each time go into your flight simulator directory and bring that up. Let's see, I might have passed it up here. There we go, MakeRunways, and let's see if we can, under Windows 10, if we can make a desktop, create a desktop shortcut. Alrighty, let me find the shortcut, and there's the shortcut, and let's see if it'll run as administrator, even though there we go. So that's how you get the version 4.70 working under Windows 10 platform. Thank you very much for listening, and please hit the thumbs up or like button for me. I appreciate your listening, and I hope this helped you to get your airport data transmitted into your flight simulator FSX or 2004 or 2002, whatever you're using for your Windows 10, and have happy flights. Thank you very much for paying attention.